Hello, hello, hello. It is your girl, Miss Kimmy. So I've been trying to do something new here. I want to do celebrity energy readings. So today I got a message about Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens, her husband. And okay, so we've all seen a lot of the internet talk about, oh, he didn't know who she was and all this other stuff. And I feel like maybe there's some truth to that. Like, people were clowning him and dragging him about that. But I just kind of feel like he's a little ditzy. Not gonna lie. And you know, sometimes we can hear somebody's name all over the place, but still not put two and two together when we see their face. So, yeah, like, people dug up his old tweets about Gabby Douglas, and it's like, okay, so you do know who these Olympians are. But if I were to see Gabby Douglas's face, I don't know, like, it just feels like something just wasn't clicking with him. And maybe after a while he was like, oh, that's Simone Biles. You know, like, he probably did know her name. He just didn't recognize her face. And you also have to consider people look different on TV versus in person, or when you're all dolled up in your profile picture, because I think they met on the internet. It's like there's a lot of ways that he's not lying about that, but people gonna clown him anyway. Another thing I want to point out is people have been clowning him ever since then, like dragging him, calling him Simone Biles' husband and not necessarily calling him by his name, and talking about how she's more successful than him and all the other stuff. It does feel like there's a little bit of jealousy because she's the one who gets all the attention. She's the baddie. It's like maybe he wants to be the baddie of the relationship. These athletes, they come from situations where they're the star in their family. So when you meet someone who's an even bigger star, it can be like, oh, okay, yeah, like, people think they want that. They think, yeah, I need a girl who's hustling more than me. I don't want no gold digger. I want somebody who's gonna boss me up. They think they want that, until time passes and they start getting sick and tired, because if their own career isn't doing the best that it could be, and they see her career just thriving and she's just getting more and more famous, she's making more money, she's getting all these endorsements and brand deals and all this other stuff, and meanwhile I'm barely like riding the bench, you know. And I don't know nothing about football, y'all, so I don't really know if he's a good player or not. I just know that he's not like a mega star like she is. It feels like she is someone who's not very hard to please. She seems very simple. Like, I've seen like her previous boyfriends, and they all kind of look alike, not gonna lie. But she seems to be very happy with just somebody who's arm candy. And the man is gorgeous. Okay, her husband is good looking. And she's okay with that. Like, as long as you just look good, give me something to smile at. You know, the shaboing boing is shaboing boinging. Okay, then we good. But with him, it just feels like he has deeper needs. And again, you know, when you are in the moment and you think, oh yeah, I got it all. I won. I got the girl who is an international superstar. I got the girl, you know, she's worth millions and millions of dollars. She's cute. She's America's sweetheart. She's all these things. But then when the dust settles and none of that stuff really matters anymore, like, once you get used to it, it's like, okay, now what? Like, he's very emotionally complex, and she's just not. So I'm not saying that there's, I don't think, okay. It's like he's gonna put up with it for a while, feeling that emptiness, because it just kind of feels like he's also not used to being catered to emotionally. So that might be something that he's used to. He's used to people not like being emotionally pouring into him, I guess. So that might not be a red flag for him right now. But later on in life, when he starts feeling that void, like, oh my gosh, like, I just want to feel loved. And I'm not saying that there's somebody who's going to come in and give him that type of love, but maybe Like, it just feels like there's an energy where he sees something over there somewhere that looks more like love, and it's going to be something that kind of activates him, and he's going to be like, oh, that's what love feels like. Even if it's, you know, seeing another couple and how they love each other, and then he looks back at his own relationship like, wait, we're not like that. Like, yeah, we look cute, we show up to the places with matching outfits and all that good stuff, but look what she does for her man. You don't do those things for me. Okay? Especially Simone, she's a superstar, and she's been a star since she was a teenager, right? She probably never had to go out of her way. She didn't have the normal upbringing teenagers. I think she's also adopted too. But it's just like, having to prove her worth just hasn't been a thing, because she has all the accolades. She has all of the awards. Like, her worth is right there on display. She's the prize. And with him, he wants to feel like the prize. I think in one of those interviews, he even said that he thinks he's the prize, and he got clowned for that and dragged on the internet for that as well. But it just seems like he's just a more emotional being, and Simone cannot meet him there. And I want y'all to know, these are just I'm just a girl who picks up on energy. If this isn't true, don't come around here suing me. Do I need to say the word allegedly? Allegedly. Okay. Entertainment purposes only. But let me know, like, come back to this video and tell me what's true and what's not, because I don't know these people from a can of paint. I'm just reading the energy. And just listening to my intuitive downloads, y'all. Okay. Yeah. I keep going back to the fact that he's very emotionally complex, and maybe he does not know it yet because there's nobody has activated that part of him. He may have been praised for looking good or being talented or having money or whatever, but look at that though. So, okay, being talented, but Simone is more talented. Having money, but Simone has more money. Looking good, but Simone is, you know, she's more of a superstar. People are lusting over her. She's sought after. Like, anybody would love to have her because she's the actual prize. So think about that, okay? All the things that he's been validated for in his life, she's more of that. So it kind of eats away at his own worth. Like, well, why do you want me? Someone who may feel the need to feel needed. And it's like, well, I don't know why you like me, because you're more of those things than I am. Like, sheesh. Like, low self-esteem and low self-worth and not feeling worthy of her. So it's like any little thing can kind of set him off. And yeah, maybe that constant reassurance. No, baby, I do love you. No, I do think you're handsome. No, you are successful. And yeah, she shows up to his games with like the customized shirts and stuff. That's my man. He might start to feel like she's just performing it. Like, you're just saying that to make me feel better. You don't really feel that way about me. Whereas someone who's not as successful as him, not as good looking, not as rich, not as anything, they might actually be looking up to him and thinking that he's amazing. So if he's not careful, he could fall into that pattern of like having a wandering eye, wanting to know what it feels like to really have someone look up to you and really think you're amazing, because he just does not feel that from Simone. Or he is he won't. Like, whenever the dust settles, and you never know when that is. Like, I know a lot of people who are getting divorced after 30 years. Like, they work things out. They try to make it work for the kids, and, you know, or they are so distracted by their careers that when they finally retire and now they have to really sit there and look at each other and be up under each other, it's like, I don't like you. Like, how did I put up with you for all these years? I don't like you. And it's because they've been in their careers, they've been in their own lives, and they kind of grew in their own lives and didn't really have no distractions, right? They had a bunch of distractions and they didn't really take a good look at each other. So it's like, it's going to be a point where they really take a good look at each other, and he's going to kind of feel overshadowed by her, like living in her shadow, because even after she retires, her fame is still going to continue. When he retires, no one's going to talk about him again. Yikes. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's just going to eat away at his self-esteem, because again, if he's used to being the star, I don't know where he's from, but if it's a small town and people like, Jonathan Owens, oh, the superstar, and then no longer, like, no one cares anymore after you have retired and you're old and you're washed up, and there's a new person in town who made it and they're the superstar now, no one's going to be talking about Jonathan Owens. But people are always going to be talking about Simone Biles. She's going to still get, I'm seeing like how Lisa Leslie, she was in all these commercials and stuff. And, or even Michael Phelps, he was in all these commercials and endorsements and brands and all that other stuff. Like her fame is going to continue even after she's no longer working. But with him, it's like once people stop talking about him, they stop talking about him. And yet there's jealousy. Not just jealousy, but kind of annoyed. Like, are you done? Like he's gonna get kind of sick and tired of her really enjoying, kind of basking in the attention that she gets. Like she gets a lot of attention and he doesn't. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else. If they have a baby, it just feels like they're only gonna have one. Like, oh, I hate to say it like this, but it's like maybe he's going to, again, if he doesn't feel like he's good enough for her and he doesn't feel like the love is real and that maybe she only likes me because she think I'm cute or whatever, but I'm not going to be cute forever, or I got money, I'm not going to have money forever. Like it's going to be something that makes things solidified. So it's like sometimes people trap you with a baby and it's like, if I get her pregnant, then even if I leave, I can still collect some child support checks. Ooh, or have some type of, even if it's not necessarily about money, but it's kind of like putting more glue into the relationship because he feels like she is the prize. And it's obvious to everyone, including him. No matter what he says, oh, I'm the prize. No, she is, and he knows it. And he's probably respecting her career right now because, yeah, she's a superstar. She has to do her thing. And, of course, he doesn't want to look like the bad guy for trapping her and ruining her career. But whenever they do start, talking about family planning and stuff, I feel like if they have a child, it's going to be maybe just one. Because it's not like how Offset and Cardi B, like, you put a bunch of babies in her and then try to tell her, well, nobody gonna want you because you got 3 kids. And it's like, well, that's not true at all. We see that she's now with Stefan Diggs and whatever. Anyway, it's more like he wants to have that connection to her because when he retires or when he's no longer in the league, I don't think he has much of a backup plan or has many other skills in life. Like a lot of athletes, this is just what they've always done all their life. And I've been talking about this in my other readings, y'all. Make sure y'all go back and binge. When somebody no longer has the thing that has like been the backbone of their life, and when that ends, it's like a void. That is unplugged, and now you have to like fill that void with something. So when he no longer has things that are filling that void, and now he's gonna look to his wife like, hey, I need some love, I need some attention, I need some of this. And she's like, huh? Love, attention? Why would I get my nails dirty? What? Like he's just not gonna feel that connection anymore. So I feel like a baby is what plugs up that void, and it's like a temporary plug. Like it plugs just enough, but it's like, I still want that love from you. And it just does not feel like Simone knows how to give the type of love that he needs. So yeah, I know I've been kind of reiterating the same point, but there's just an energetic mismatch here. They look good together. They're very cute together. He seems satisfied with her. She's cute. She's smart, probably really fun to hang around, but it's like he's going to want something more serious, especially as they get older and mature. And yeah, she cannot meet him there. And after a while, I feel like if they divorce, she's going to be okay. Like, she's going to be like, oh gosh, okay, whatever was wrong with that guy. And she's going to move on to the next superficial relationship. But with him, he's going to end up married to somebody who is, who resonates more with his heart. Like, okay, I can't do that again. I want somebody who really feeds my soul, who loves me, who treats me with respect, and who looks up to me and thinks I'm amazing for real, and not just telling me that to like soothe my ego, but I want to think that you mean it. And it's very possible, because this is energy, right? It's very possible that if they go through counseling and therapy, they could learn how to be that for each other. Like, a divorce doesn't have to happen, but if they cannot meet each other on that level, if they can't both work on the relationship and do the therapy and show up honestly, and actually want things to work out, then yeah, there will be a split, and they will both find someone who's a better fit for them. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit that like button. Never forget that you can change your life if you can change your mind. Love you. Bye.